Hello again, it's Chris. We're here to cut another clutch. It's actually the 4th of July today. We're cutting, what is this? I'm not sure which clutch number this is, but this is an 8-egg clutch from our possible axanthic female that we bred a calico to. It's the same calico that we bred the pastel to. Some of these eggs are good size. There's a couple that are kind of small, so we're going to have some interesting times feeding those small babies. But we're going to cut these. Again, like I mentioned in the pastel calico video, a lot of the calicos when they're first born look basically normal. So I don't expect to see anything crazy out of this clutch. I guess it's possible that she could have retained sperm from a breeding the previous year, but I don't know what she was bred to last year. I wouldn't have any idea what to expect. But anyway, we're going to get right into this. And then after we're done cutting these eggs, I will show you some of the babies that we've hatched out already, the ball pythons. We actually had a clutch that we cut about 5 days ago, just 2 eggs. Interesting results with that clutch, and then an update for the pastel calico clutch as well as the albino clutch. So we'll get right into this here. And again, it's day 55. This is actually, they started to dimple just a little bit. In my previous videos you've seen where the eggs have been pretty full of liquid and haven't dimpled very much. But this clutch did dimple a little bit. That's probably a calico, actually. It's got nice high white on the sides. Not a lot of color. Hard to say. Maybe that's a calico. Typically when they're when you first cut them, if you see that much white, usually it's going to be a really high white calico, at least from what I've read. Again, this is the first year I've bred calicos to anything, so I'm really not sure what to expect here. That one looks pretty normal. Yeah, it's got nice pink. Maybe that's a calico too. Again, it takes a couple sheds to really kind of get the idea. That pastel calico clutch, they have shed once, and the 4 that looked normal, it looks like we have 2 that are calico. Again, it's really tough to tell, especially for someone like me who's never bred them before. But within a few, like I said, within a few sheds, we should be able to tell pretty easily. That's a big enough window. That one looks pretty normal too. We won't spend a lot of time really looking at these eggs. Again, they're all going to look normal, so. Actually, I can feel this little guy wiggling around in there. Probably not happy that I'm cutting this open. That's actually, that egg is full of snake. Maybe that won't be so small. Neat pattern, but again, it looks pretty normal. That's half the clutch. Again, it's an 8-egg clutch. So she's one of my larger females that we have. I keep using the wrong edge on this razor blade. And that one looks pretty gray. Yeah, it might be a calico. We'll see. With 8 eggs, calico is a codominant visual heterozygous, so odds are that we should have half of the clutch be calico, which means we should have 4 calicos or so. Hey, he's got his head right there. He's ready to say hello. His first breath of air there. Again, fairly normal looking snake. That's kind of cool that he had his head right there. He or she, anyway. Alright. Another little runty egg here. That one's pretty light colored in there. Especially right there. It might be a little calico. We'll see. It'd be nice if they were all calico, and it would be really nice if I could tell right off the bat what was going on, but that's just how it goes, I guess, with this. Another nice big healthy baby. Lots of vascular development. Again, normal looking, no surprise. So Anyways, day 55 average. Usually, well, with our clutches so far this year, they've all been hatching out on about day 57, 58. So in a few days they'll hatch out and we'll kind of have an idea, at least of gender and if they're nicer looking and whatnot. But it's going to be, 10 days. Check this out. He just decided to poke his head out right as we were closing that lid. He's not ready to come out. We'll see if he'll stick his head back there. Alright, so I did say we were going to do a little bit of an update on some of these babies that we found. I'm going to wipe my hands here real quick. So, our first clutch was the pastel calico clutch that we cut. And we got two really nice, or at least in my opinion, really nice pastel calicos. This one here, I mean, in my opinion, that's an exceptional example of a pastel calico. Really high white, lots and lots of blushing along the back there. Just a really prime example of a higher quality pastel calico. This other, they actually were both female, which is kind of a blessing and a curse. I was hoping for a male. It'd be easy to get him up to size to breed him to something else, but we're happy with two females. This female, again, nice high white sides. Again, lots of blushing. This is the female we're going to hold back. We don't have any calico stuff female-wise, so we're going to hold her back. We're kind of up in the air on this one. This one may be for sale. We're not sure yet. This one actually has not eaten yet. This one has. And sometimes it takes a little while for them to get to eat. This female here, actually I don't remember if this is a male or female. This is what I believe is a calico. Now you look at it there, that looks really normal. This has shed. And what I've come to understand is these kind of pink scales here are what eventually turn into the white scales on the calico snake. So my guess is that this is a calico, but I'm not positive. Again, it's only one shed in, and I just don't know. Again, it's the first year we bred them. So the albino clutch had some really nice albinos. This is one of them. Lots of really cool alien heads on the sides. There's an individual that has lots of orange dots down the back, nice blushing. These guys are actually, all the albinos are eating. The heads don't want to eat. Well, haven't eaten yet anyway, not that they don't want to eat, but we ended up with really good odds on all the snakes. There were 3 albino males, 2 albino females, and on the hets, we only had 1 het male. The other 3 hets were all females, so really good odds on that. We're really happy with that also. Now the clutch I had told you about, we cut a clutch on Monday. It was just 2 eggs. And as you can see, one of those eggs had this, not to make a joke, little gem. The clutch didn't work out so well. It was 5 eggs. We bred a pewter to a normal, and almost immediately 2 of the eggs went bad. So we had just the 3. The 3rd egg went bad, and honestly I thought that the egg that held this snake had gone bad as well. It had molded. We couldn't see any veins when we candled it initially, and I was ready to just throw the egg away. Thankfully a friend stopped me and said, hey, let's candle it from a different angle, and we saw a couple of veins. Normally the veins are all across the top of the shell. On this particular egg, the veins had all fallen down. The top of the egg was basically hollow with no vascular development. But this little female here is a really nice pewter. So again, pewter is a cinnamon mixed with a pastel. At least I think she's just a pewter. The other sibling in the clutch is also a female. Looks almost like a het red, but there was no het red in the genetics at all. The female looks really normal. I don't believe her to be a het red axanthic. And the pewter that fathered this clutch was just a pewter. So really pretty. We were actually gone for 10 days. We were in Georgia for 10 days. While we were gone, we had lots of eggs hatch. We had our first California king snake clutch hatch. Most of the Thayeri clutches hatched with the variable king snakes, and the one corn snake clutch that we had hatched as well. So we came home to 54 babies that had hatched, and while we were gone, an additional 17 eggs were laid. The cinnamon that we bred, the pastel het red axanthic, laid 8 eggs. We also had a California king snake clutch laid, as well as a Mexican black clutch laid as well. So lots more eggs. And so far we've had about 60 or so colubrids hatch, but we're not even halfway done yet. We still have about 100 eggs or so to go. So lots of cool stuff. To be honest with you, I don't know what the next clutch is that we're going to be cutting, but everything from here on out is really cool stuff. So more Mojave Vanilla clutches. We have the Spider that we bred the butter pastel orange ghost to, the Mojave that we bred the butter pastel orange ghost to. So we should have some really neat stuff coming up here really soon. And when we get around to it, we'll try to do a video of all the colubrids. Like I said, with the numbers that we have, it's tough to do a proper video on all of them, but we'll try to pick some highlights and let you guys take a look at them. Again, most of everything we hatch, it will at least be photographed and put on our Facebook page. Again, it's Sharpshooter Reptiles. It's 2 words, Sharpshooter. And then we have a for sale page as well. So as animals become available, as they're eating and shedding and growing, we'll post them up for sale on that site as well. So you can contact us on that site about any of the animals we have, general reptile questions, whatever you, even if you just want to talk about snakes, that's all good for us too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you soon.